Welcome everyone to the Tactical Tavern. I'm your host Tomas Salas, and in this video we are doing a long-term update on the Wicked Edge WE40 Carbon, as well as comparing it to the Work Sharp Precision Adjust and the Tumbler Rolling Knife Sharpener to see how they compare. In this video, I hope to give you some insights on which sharpener is best for you and your budget, as well as picking up some sharpening tips along the way. With that said, let's cut into it. We're going to start with the 6-month review on the Wicked Edge WE40, and I love that this is the most affordable option that Wicked Edge has ever created, giving anyone that may be on the fence or just getting started with knife sharpening an awesome foundation in which to grow. This is their most affordable sharpener to date, coming in with a polymer base that still gives you a variable degrees from 13 degrees to 31 degrees of sharpening angle. It does feature a sturdy clamping system, allowing you to fit blades up to 1/4 inch wide, but there's also additional attachments that you can use if you're sharpening scissors or chisels. Keep in mind, those are sold separately, batteries not included. These also sport 8-inch guide rods that allow you to sharpen blades up to 15 inches long. Also included in this kit at the very base level, we have the 200 grit and the 600 grit stones. These are monocrystalline diamond stones, but these are the more affordable option as compared to the other premium stones, giving you about half the life, but also half the cost. And I love this because if you're not sharpening hundreds of blades, it's gonna keep you razor sharp for a long time without having to invest some serious money into the more premium options. So let's start with some of the things that I have enjoyed about using the Wicked Edge 40. For one, it is so lightweight. If I am going on a trip and I need something mobile, or maybe going to a friend's house and I know their knives are complete garbage, I will bring this because it is so light to travel with. I think it comes in at around under 2 pounds, making it so portable. I can also see this coming in super handy if you are living that mobile life in a van, or maybe going on a hunting expedition and you want to ensure your blades are razor sharp. Maybe you're a guide. This is going to be a lightweight but repeatable and consistent platform to ensure your blades are razor sharp. I also like that it breaks down and is super easy and compact to store away, not requiring a ton of shelf space, so you can maximize your storage capacity. To me, the magic of Wicked Edge is taking out the guesswork of sharpening. You don't have to spend years mastering the art of stone sharpening, which is a beautiful skill to have, but some of us don't have that time. So if you want something that's going to quickly get you from point A to point B, this ensures that you almost pretty much foolproof won't be able to mess it up. Coming in at $185, it allows you to get repeatable results, razor sharp blades at a fraction of the cost at some of their other models. However, there have been some challenges with this WE40, such as one of the screws broke, which surprised me. They sent out an email saying that they had something cross-threaded, and they sent me a replacement pack in no time. So it's pretty easy to just screw that in to ensure the guide rods were stable. Easy fix. However, my biggest complaint is actually with the clamping system on this WE40 model. For me, I'm a little bit spoiled because for work, I use the Wicked Edge Gen 4 Pro Premier model, which has the dual cam lock vise system to quickly swap blades out. This Wicked Edge 40 has a self screw in and self-adjustable clamping system. However, it has proven to be a little challenging to work with. For me personally, it takes a long time to screw in the blades together. I will go ahead and drop in some footage here. You can see how simple it is with the Gen 4 Pro to just pop blades in and out. Now, this is also comparable to the Wicked Edge 64 Cobalt, which has that vise system, as well as the Obsidian model, which I don't personally have, but is very similar to the Cobalt. Again, you can quickly pop blades in and out. Now, talking about the challenges with the 40, you can see where I'm trying to clamp in this Microtech Amphibian, and it takes me a long time. I feel that I have to really torque down the screws, which can also be a challenge while you're removing the blade. Now, I actually got cut taking out a little bit of a larger blade out of this, thinking that I really had to torque down. I let go of the handle and it flipped out and I got cut. I found that while using the Allen key, it can be quite challenging. So I typically will use a screwdriver with a bit extender on there, or you can also use one of those keys that give you a little bit more torque. However, just please keep in mind and be very careful taking your blades in and out, making sure you have one hand on the handle at all times, or even having a friend help you to get that torque down to untighten it. I feel that if anyone is older or may suffering from a physical limitation, this would be really challenging to operate. When I was able to work with Doug Mercaida and his father-in-law, who is like 86 years old, we found that he was able to effortlessly use the dual cam system in order to pop blades in and out. And let me just highlight how much I love the dual cam lock system. In seconds, you can snap your blade down and lift up a 10-pound sharpening system that is insane geometry and engineering to make that happen. So I personally love the vice lock system so much more than I do love having to hand screw your blades in. So if you do have the time that you can afford to screw in your blades and secure them tightly, no problem. However, if you do want to have something a little bit faster and I would say more secure, then I would certainly consider investing and upgrading into the cam lock system to ensure your blades aren't slipping around. And again, this really depends on what you're sharpening. If you're just doing a couple of household chef's knives every once in a while, I would definitely recommend the WE40 for that. You don't have to invest a lot. It's going to get you where you need to go. However, if you're running like a small sharpening business, time is money, and popping those blades in and out is going to be a lifesaver, as well as ensuring a little bit of additional security. There is some compatibility issues with some of the other attachments, but again, I'm looking at this as like a base person figuring out which sharpener to get. So stay tuned because we're going to compare it to the Work Sharp and the Tumbler here in just a moment. But the last thing I want to highlight is the stones. They do make a model of 800 and 1000, and I highly suggest that you get those because it's going to refine your edge and make it so much sharper, as well as giving you faster touch-up sharpenings. And again, you really can't beat the consistency and the repeatability of Wicked Edge. You just pop your blade in there, set it to 22, 17 degrees, whatever you had it at. Touch-up sharpenings take less than 5 minutes, and I love that. So what does $185 get you compared to a Work Sharp Precision Adjust Elite? Well, a lot. Work Sharp does a great job at providing affordable sharpeners to the masses, and I think that's a great avenue to go to if you're just looking to get into it. However, I do feel you get a little bit more refinement and engineering with the WE40 Carbon. Specifically the clamping system, I was not able to successfully clamp the Microtech Amphibian into the Work Sharp Pro PA. It just didn't want to take, and I tried this multiple times. It kept sliding around. And for me, another thing to consider is the time it takes to switch these around back and forth. It will take you longer to sharpen, so if you really want to expedite your sharpening, Wicked Edge is the fastest way to go, unless you go with one of the handheld or machine sharpens. But then you can also like heat up your blade and ruin the temper. I'm focusing more on a comparison between the physical sharpeners, not so much the machine sharpeners, although there are certainly those available. Something I really enjoy about Work Sharp though is that in this kit, they gave you everything you need. You have the 200, the 400, the 600, the 800, the 1200, and the stropping compounds, as well as a digital angle indicator, all included in the kit for around $200. But keep in mind, if you are using the Work Sharp, you do have to switch it over side to side, which does take more time. And especially on those final steps, when you just finish sharpening your blade, it can be a little tricky getting that in and out. So be careful. So how does this compare to the viral Tumbler Rolling Knife Sharpener? Well, I have found the best way to use it is if you're right-handed, you're going to take it with your right hand, pick up the unit, turn over to your trash bin, pull it out and drop it in and close it, and never buy one at all. I personally have a gripe with rolling knife sharpeners. I think they're dangerous, inconsistent, and offer terrible results, often ruining your knives more than you are sharpening them. You can see here where I'm sharpening that Microtech Amphibian on here, and it is wobbling around like a fish out of water. There's no stability. The thing clumped up with so much dust on there. I'm pretty sure it was even from the stones. It wasn't even removing that much material from the M390 blade steel. It is a mess. I didn't even have time to switch it over to use the whorl, the steel side. It was just trash. I feel you'd have better luck going outside and sharpening it on the ground. So in comparison to the rolling Tumbler knife sharpener, Wicked Edge has this by a mile. When you compare it to the Work Sharp version, the Pro PA, and even the Pro PA Elite, you have a ton of variety, but it does take a little bit longer. And I would say even with the clamping system as it is, you do get more variety in how you can clamp your blades and where you can clamp them, offering slightly more security with the Wicked Edge system. Ultimately, my professional recommendation is going to be with the Cobalt or the Obsidian. You get the vise, you still get those adjustable slides. It's made in the USA and offers the most amount of versatility, and that is something we absolutely love here at the Tactical Tavern. Hopefully this updated review and comparison helps shed some light on some of the options out there and what might work best for you and your budget. I sincerely appreciate you guys watching. Also, thank you to Wicked Edge for helping bring this video to life. And if you guys are interested in saving some money, make sure to use discount code TACTAV at checkout on Wicked Edge. It's good for one-time use, so don't mess it up. Get everything you want in one go, and then that way you save some money. Comment down below which sharpener would you personally like to have. And once again, thank you guys so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. And remember, be prepared, be practical, stay tactical.